What's going on, Expedition Connection?
Hello.
Welcome. I'm Trevor.
And I'm Sharice.
And welcome to our channel. We haven't been camping in quite some time, but because we've been planning this major trip. We are going up to Seattle, and I know you guys noticed a little different setup on the Jeep this time around. New tires, roof rack, and a rooftop tent. I told you guys I've been talking about getting one, and we finally pulled the trigger and got one. But we are super excited for this trip going up to Seattle. It's going to be a 12-day trip through Oregon, all the coast, Seattle, and then coming back through Oregon, and then coming down from the top of Nevada. So it's going to be an absolutely incredible trip. And stay tuned for the end of the video. Make sure you don't click off, because we've got something new planned, something special planned that's going to be at the end of each video. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Around in the wilderness, 'cause we're adventurers. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Adventure time.
Day one of this epic road trip. We are extremely pumped to take on the Pacific Northwest. We've never taken a road trip before, and I've never driven more than 5 hours, so this is going to be an experience in itself, but we are ready to go and ready for adventure. Alright guys, so we made it to our camp spot. We are at Williams Hill Camp Spot. It's a free campsite, and it is gorgeous. Look at this view, guys. Look at that. A grill here already, because they do not permit making your own fire, so they give you a grill. Chairs and seating. Absolutely awesome. Now there's only 7 spots up here, so definitely on the weekend it's probably much more crowded than it is today. There's only 3 other vehicles here, but there are several other different spots that haven't been taken. Now, they all look great. They all have views in every single direction, but this is just such a cool spot to be in, and the fact that it's free and it's so well taken care of. The bathrooms, it's got bathrooms. So for those that are interested in this spot, it does have bathrooms, and they are very, very clean. The cleanest. Like
Camps.
they almost look brand new. But I know you guys wanna know what's going on with the whole new setup. Now we got the roof rack and a rooftop tent, but I won't be doing a review on that till next week. So you guys are gonna have to stick around for all of these episodes. We're gonna be talking about what kind of rack I got, what kind of rooftop tent, and also what kind of tires I got. But what we are gonna talk about is the new storage system that we have going on. We got rid of the Plano case because it just took up way too much space. I mean, it was just big and bulky, and it went down there, and it was just too much going on. So we received these awesome storage bags from Superi. This one is filled with we have a camping shower now, which we'll definitely be doing a review on. We've got all of our little knickknacks and flashlights, and we've got our hammock, our Fox Ellie hammock, our Fox Ellie raincoat. We've got a tarp in there. We've got Brew Trek coffee, French press in there. We've got toilet paper. Absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend these bags. I'm a big fan of storage bags, and that's just in one. This one is all of our kitchen supplies. As you can see, we've got cups on here, we've got a little stainless steel pan, we've got all of our utensils. We even have a pasta pot over here. We got everything. Plus, if you zip this side open, a little tug, we have a coffee maker with us this time around, because we have our new power bank, and we'll be talking about that later on, so stick around. But this over here, we've got 4 bottles of propane, we've got some bags, and we've got briquettes in there. So these storage bags are so helpful with space. We have so much more space to move things around. And you can also take these off, use them as a backpack if you don't have it filled with a whole bunch of kitchen stuff. You can store it, you can take it off, put it on your bag. If you want to go on a hike and you wanted a bag with all your snacks and stuff, you can take these off. They're easy to install. These are made for a 4-door Wrangler because the sides slope down, so it's the same kind of shape as the roll cage, but as you can see, they fit perfectly in a 2-door JK. I reversed them. This one over here is supposed to be on that side, but since I wanted these front pockets facing this way so we can reach in there while we're cooking or need to grab something, so I just reversed them, so it gave us some more storage space and more convenient to grab things, and it still leaves me window space with this nice little slant here. But shout out to Superi for these bags. It's a total game changer. So, what is on the menu for tonight?
For tonight, we are going to be having some yellow coconut curry and rice and flatbread. And one of the reasons why we're having this is because I already pre-made it. This is our cooler setup right here.
We upgraded from our small little blue one to a bigger Coleman cooler, and it just seems like we're eventually going to end up getting a fridge for the Jeep. But this, I mean, we got this thing packed full of stuff. I mean, we've got rice, bread, bananas, bagels, soup, milk, eggs, hash browns. I mean, everything.
This might be half frozen because
of the
dry ice. So we have dry ice on the bottom, and then we have a layer of we made our own ice bags, and then we have like our frozen stuff on top of that, and then we put the stuff that needs to be cold on top of that stuff, and then the stuff that doesn't really need to be cold is up here on top. So I pre-made the curry and the rice and the flatbread because today was a long road day for us. Trevor drove for almost 7 hours today, and so I wanted to do something simple because I knew we were getting up at 4:45. I wanted to make sure that it was simple. We can just clean up will be easy. It's not going to be anything too extensive. So we got our flatbread, curry, and some rice, and then later on you guys are going to see Trevor is going to be showing his
I'm going to
chef
throw down
skills.
on some some salmon. I'm going to cook a little bit. We got a couple frozen pieces of salmon, and since they have already a little fire pit grill there, I figured, why don't I make a little bit of salmon to go with the curry. But it's going to be delicious. I already got a chance to taste Sharice's curry before we left when she was making it, and it is absolutely delicious, and it's going to be delicious.
I don't know if you guys want the recipe. You gotta leave a comment.
You gotta leave a comment below.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment below. And I mean, like, she's got this as her kitchen backdrop. But it is it's getting a little breezy. They said the wind is going to be calming down around 7, and it's 5:32 right now. It's, I'd say, probably like 58 degrees now.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Or maybe even like, I'd say maybe 60.
Yeah, I think it's gotten a little bit chillier. Even Ra had to put his
got
hoodie on.
His hoodie on right over there. But we are gonna grub. Sharice is gonna kill it. She's already getting her stuff set up.
Nice and easy, super simple.
Simple meal.
Day one.
Day one. Oh yeah. Dinner is served. Still waiting on my salmon, but I'm gonna dig into this curry right now. This view. Oh yeah. Delicious. Look at that. Let's take a quick quick bite. Oh, that's so good. Oh my goodness. Dinner is fully done. It's a little sticking to it, but it's okay. Oh yeah. After dinner, it was time to clean up, get up in the tent because it got really windy and really cold. Alright guys, so we are in our rooftop tent, nice and cozy. We have our power station, which I will be talking to about later on this trip, so make sure you stay tuned. We have it powering our phones, and we have a heated blanket, so it's actually better than a sleeping bag.
Way better.
And it's big, but it's not too big where it's, we can't stow it away. And we got a little light, if you can see it, by
Live No
Box up there, keeping us lit in here.
And the
Raw.
pile in the corner, of course,
That's
is
Raw over there. always finding his corner of the sky. But it is absolutely cozy in here, and it's windy out. It's cold out there, but it's really windy, and you don't feel the wind coming through in here. So it's really nicely insulated. We got some cards. We're gonna play a little
Go Fish.
We got the whiskey to finish that off. The Jeep is already packed up so that we can get up early in the morning and head on out because we have another 6-hour day. So we're just gonna get up early, have some coffee, and hit the road. So everything is settled. Tried to make coffee with the coffee maker plugging it into the power bank, but the coffee maker's voltage is too high and the power bank keeps shutting off. The coffee maker's like 300 and something watts, and the power bank can't take that. I think it's limited. It's like 250, and so it keeps shutting off. So thankfully we brought our brew truck with us, and we're going to be using our French press. We'll save our coffee maker for our Airbnb in Seattle, but till then, brew truck always coming through with the win. All right, guys, so we're leaving our first spot. Gorgeous little campground, very clean, and the fact that it's free was just absolutely perfect. The roads aren't bad, so pretty much any vehicle can make it up here. There was a Lexus regular 4-door car that came up here, and they were over there camping, so it's really easy. You don't need any crazy high clearance or big tires to make it up here. It'll be a little bit bumpy, but it's pretty easy. But now we are headed to Ucl Beach, so we have another 6 hours and 55 minutes ahead of us. It's 7 o'clock right now, and we'll probably get there around 2:30 or so. But it's gonna be beautiful. Hopefully we've got a pristine spot, and we will check back in with the views in a little bit. The drive up the coast is beautiful. We passed through Gilroy and to the garlic shop. Unfortunately, a lot of the things were still closed due to COVID, but nonetheless, a beautiful drive up there. guys, we made it to our camp spot. Actually, we created our camp spot. There was a fire ring here, but look at this view. Got the rooftop tent set up. Got our power bank station over there with our solar panels, charging it up. Absolutely awesome spot. There's only like 3 other people here, but we are the only ones camped directly on the beach, and this sunset is gonna be insane. We're gonna shoot the drone up, get some cool shots, and then we're gonna talk about what the setup is like. Right.
Stay here. Stay here. Oh, boy. It's sand everywhere.
So the beach we are on is called Ucl Beach, and it's a campground that you can literally camp right on the beach. There's a lot of tracks here. I was worried a little bit because I've never driven in sand. I've never driven on a beach, and when we were at Sand Hollow in Utah, I almost got myself stuck in the sand because I didn't know. I was clueless with sand. But I'm up there. The sand's not that thick, and I am aired down to 16 psi, so that helps too. I can kind of glide over it. Plus, with the new tires that we are about to talk about. But this view is can't get enough of it. Shreese is over there doing a little yoga. Rod's over here exploring with his little vest on. There has been cars that I've seen on YouTube get stuck, so if you do decide to come out here, make sure you have high clearance and air down, because there's been a few cars that I've seen that aren't really off-road capable get stuck. But I did see one that was able to get out. He put in like a sport mode and he got out, but he was sliding a little bit. But it is comforting when you do have bigger tires and some clearance. But airing down is key coming over this, because this stuff is when you get over here, it gets pretty thick. This right here is, as you can see, there's some pretty deep tire tracks. You can do it. I'm just not comfortable with doing it. We've got some people over there moving their car a little bit closer. I didn't want to go over there because it was thicker. I think my spot was just like ideal, but it's just gorgeous. But let's talk about these tires. So I wanted a bigger tire, but nothing too insane like a 35, because that would just be way too big for my JK, and I would have to switch up the suspension, and it just gets too complicated. So I went with the Toyo. These are the 285s. The Toyo open road, oh no, open country 3s, AT3s. Already love the tire. It's aggressive, it's all terrain, very aggressive looking still. Nice size, it really fills up the space and gives it a little bit more beefier look to it. But so far so good. It's been handling really great, and it's super quiet. I still have my spare on my BF Goodrich that I had, and those are pretty loud. As you can see, the rubber is a little bit thicker and the treads are a little bit deeper, but that tire was pretty loud. But these, I mean, it almost felt like I wasn't even driving. That's how quiet they were, and they're really comfortable. I mean, it's like a Jeep, but it feels like I'm driving a Cadillac now. But I think next up on the list will be a lift and new suspension, since I do have this new roof rack and rooftop tent. We're gonna talk about the roof rack, and you're gonna have to stick till next week to talk about the rooftop tent. So the roof rack is by Trail FX. I got it off of Amazon. You know, they've got, some people know that they have, you know, the barricade one. I'd say they're probably the same, maybe different material wise, but I mean, it's super solid. It was easy to put on. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I didn't bolt it to the car, which you can do that. Some people do that. I didn't want to bolt anything to the frame, so I simply just removed the bumper and applied it there, took my tow hook off, put it in another spot. I think it looks pretty dope without the bumper, actually. I mean, it's just some plastic. It really wasn't doing too much. It really wasn't saving me from anything. But eventually I will be putting 4 spotlights up on the top, but I absolutely love it. I mean, it gives it an aggressive look. I really dig the safari Defender type vibe, and this totally gave me exactly what I'm looking for. And it holds the rooftop tent. I'll tell you what, we slept in this last night, and that was probably the best sleep I've ever had at camp. Super comfortable, but that's all you guys are gonna know for right now, because I'll do a whole review, setup, and everything on that. But you gotta stick around. Just finished taking a little shower with this amazing bathroom view. We got the Dr. Prepare shower. Really nice. It's portable, and if you leave it in the sun, it warms the water up. And it's a perfect amount of spray to rinse off. You can even clean dishes with it as well. Right now, Cherise is warming up some
Tomato soup.
She's having tomato soup with her flatbreads.
And a little bit of rice, leftover rice.
And I'm gonna be having tomato soup as well. And I'm gonna make myself a grilled cheese, but with an everything bagel. This view, guys.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Like movie stuff right here.
Literally. Wow, guys. Grilled cheese and an insane beach sunset. Alright guys, we are in the rooftop tent.
We are.
If you guys can hear, wait a second. Yes. That is the ocean right there.
Right there.
It is so calming, and I'm not sure you can hear it, but you can hear frogs in the distance chirping.
Coming from the forest.
Yeah, coming from the forest. You can hear them over there. So you got waves and frogs, and then you've got the moon right there. I'm not sure if it'll focus to see it, but yeah, the rooftop is totally a winner. We're gonna be doing later on in these in this series. I'm gonna do a pro and con of rooftop tent, ground tent, and sleeping in your car. I'm gonna do pros and cons so that the people that are looking to overland kind of have an idea of what they want and kind of narrow it down to what best suits them. But we're gonna get some sleep. It's about 11:16, and this was only day 2. We've got how many more days? 10 more, maybe more. We're not on a time constraint, but it's only day 2, and we're going to get up in the morning and head to our next destination. So,
good night.
Hi. Alright guys, we are packed in and headed out. This spot was beyond magical. I mean, it's probably going to be the best spot that we have on this trip and just in general. This is considered the Lost Coast, so it's just a hidden gem that really nobody...
Was that an elk hole? Oh. Sorry.
All right, so Sharice thought that was an elk, like mooing or something, because there is elk in here. We caught a glimpse of one yesterday. I don't know if it was elk or reindeer, but it was actually a bulldozer, and it was his brakes.
Yeah, it looks like they're cleaning up the road that comes down here.
It's a pretty steep road. Like I said, you know, I've seen cars that are just regular cars come up here. But at your discretion, you know, it's definitely easy to get stuck if you drive on the beach in the sand, or even if you're coming down the hill. But guys, this spot was just a true gem. Like the Lost Coast is so magical, and high tide came in. It was a clear night. The stars were in the sky. It was beautiful. We met some really cool people that are really familiar with this area, so they were giving us a lot of different spots to go to and check out.
We are definitely planning a trip to come back, because one day is not enough.
Yeah, it really isn't. 'Cause I mean,
there's a lot of hiking trails. You can hike down the coast. This is the longest undeveloped coast in the United States besides Alaska. And our new friends told us that last night. We were like, wow, and they were sharing with us like so many different spots. So we are definitely going to be coming back.
Absolutely.
It's very clean.
Yeah.
People have preserved this, so if you are gonna come out here,
Please.
respect it, pack it in, pack it out, and preserve it to the best leave it better than you found it. That's what we used to say in Girl Scouts. Leave it better than you found it. So definitely.
We want to be able to come back to this and not, have this spot closed due to garbage
Yeah.
or anything like that. Because it was almost like a dream, waking up to that view, and then just a sunset from yesterday. It's truly amazing. Right now the fog is rolling in.
Yeah.
It's 9:08. So if you do decide to come in the morning get here in the morning, be mindful that fog is going to roll in, and it does get pretty thick.
Yeah, it was chasing us as we were packing up. But
we're headed to our next destination. We actually really don't even know what that destination is. So until next time, guys, we'll check back in later. Peace. Welcome to Overland Sessions. We are going to be jamming out here in the middle of nowhere. This is our song Cruisin' we put out about a year ago, and we're going to jam it in the wilderness. Overland Sessions.
in the forest.
cruising with your love.
Yeah. Overland Sessions. Next week on ExCx Pacific Northwest Adventures, we hit a couple snags along the way, but managed to get back on our feet and find the most epic spot. Plus, some more tasty cooking coming your way. Stay tuned.